What's up, everybody? Price here, and welcome to the We Want Picks DraftKings Breakdown Edition for UFC Fight Night Atlanta. So I'm going to go over a few people who you want in your DraftKings lineups, but before I do that, make sure you head over to WeWantPicks.com, sign up, become a premium member. It is $10 a month, and you're going to get the AI simulator, which will play out every fight a million different ways. You get the DraftKings Optimizer. You also get the best DraftKings ownership in the entire business. On top of that, you still can go get everyone's bets. I believe they killed it last week. The safety parlay hit. I know they already have stuff out for Atlanta. I mean, they have stuff going out for weeks ahead of time. So everything you want all in one spot. It's $10 a month. Just go sign up. It's like 1/8 of the cost of most other companies, and you get more. So WeWantPicks.com, sign up, become a premium member. Alright, so we got 13 total fights here in Atlanta. We have some pretty big favorites. Wellmaker is minus 2,000, which I don't ever really remember seeing a fighter be minus 2,000, which is wild to me, but you know, whatever, it's 2025, we're going to see some crazy shit. We're headlined by Joaquin Buckley and Kamaru Usman, and a pretty big welterweight fight for whoever's going to move on and try and contend for the title, which they're probably both one win away after this from getting back there, but should be a pretty good, fun card up and down. We got some nice knockout power guys. So these kind of fight nights, when they go back to a place like this, they try to make them exciting. So I'm looking forward to a pretty exciting fight card on Saturday night. Alright, so DraftKings kind of priced everyone a little differently this week. There's a whole bunch of people in the 9K range. We had a couple fights move from cards to this one, like the Rodolfo-Paul Craig fight. But my number one play in this entire price range is going to be Umar Sy. The dude is a monster. He's 2-0 in the UFC. He's 6'4", has an 83-inch reach advantage, so very similar to how John Jones was coming up, but instead of being kind of string bean, Sy is a monster. He's big. He has a 7-inch reach advantage against Alonzo Menifield here. He also has shown the ability to mix in wrestling, where he averages almost 3 takedowns per fight. He also averages 5 significant strikes per minute. So, him being 8 years younger, bigger, stronger, faster with the reach, I'm going to go ahead and say that he is the lock of the week to beat the shit out of Alonzo Menifield and move his record to 3-0 in the UFC. Alright, so my play in the 8K range this week is going to be Ricky Simón. So, Charles Jourdain has pulled out of the fight. So, he's been replaced by Cameron Smotherman, who went up against Sadiq Sy and lost last time out in a somewhat competitive fight, but Simon's coming off a nice knockout win his last time out, which is kind of surprising because he's primarily a wrestler. He averages over 5 takedowns per fight, so it's definitely his style of play. It scores very well for DraftKings, so that's typically in this range you want like a safe cash kind of play. And Ricky Simón, whenever he wins, he scores over 100 DraftKings points because he racks up a shit ton of takedowns. He's been working on striking, obviously, coming off a nice knockout win. So anytime you get someone who can get 5-6 takedowns and control most of the rounds, get the little money, rabbit shots, rack up significant strikes, and score well, that's going to be my play of this week. So the 8K play is going to be Ricky Simón. Alright, so my pick for the under 8,000 price point is kind of tough this week because there's not very many good looking dogs. I mean, there's a handful of them, like Phil Rowe or Andre Petroski, who, based on their matchup, should have a decent shot of pulling off a win. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the co-main event, Miranda Maverick. So, she has touched 100 DraftKings points in 3 of her 4 wins, which at her price point is going to be optimal. She's 100% going to be looking for this fight to get to the ground, so she's going to try and grapple with Rose, which Rose is, she's a good fighter, former champ, been in the division a long time, savvy vet, but I'm going to hope that we get the Miranda who gets the 2 takedowns per fight in her last 10 fights, and she averages almost like 6.5 minutes of control time in those. So when she gets you down, she stays in control. I think Rose is probably a little bit better overall. Miranda's a little bit greener, but we have to pick up upsets in this. That's the only way it works on DraftKings, so if I want to pick an upset, it's going to be with a fighter who's going to have the upside of getting takedowns, DK points, and grinding out a win, because really any win for her price tag is going to pay off. And if she can get 2-3 takedowns, have 7 minutes of control, rack up, the 60-70 strikes while it's on the ground, that's going to score very well for DraftKings. So my cheat play of the week is going to be Miranda Maverick. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in for the UFC Fight Night Atlanta edition of the DraftKings Breakdown. We will be back next week, so we'll see y'all then. Let's have a good week.